podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm okay. We were talking about pierogies, so now I'm hungry. But actually,
I'm pretty content because I got out of the shoof.
Yeah, you got a nice beer. I got a nice beer. I mean, it's Tecate, but
We've been drinking good beer.
Yeah.
I have stayed on the top shelf.
I saw Tecate in there. I was like, I need a palate cleanse.
Water.
I need some water. But no, weirdly enough, like after my test, and I think we've talked about it at this point, I've been feeling oddly creative, or at least wanting to be creative. I don't know if it's me entering into middle age or not.
Yeah.
But it's me wanting to be creative, and the way I'm doing that right now is I'm actually, I wouldn't say I'm drawing, I am doodling though.
Doodling is fun. Like that's mostly where I'm at now when it comes to art is I will doodle. However, I just looked over to this side and I see two dark walnut, not black spray painted minis.
Yeah.
Because I thought I bought black spray paint and I bought dark walnut that I need to paint. I also need to get Jed to make one. Also, you need to make your character for that game.
Well, we'll get into that later, but I want to talk about.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to bully you again, just like we did at a cookout.
Everyone just bullies me. They bully me to go have fun. They're like,
we're gonna bully you. We're gonna bully you into going on a ghost investigation and bully you into playing D&D.
We're gonna bully you into being social and having fun with your friends. Don't you like your friends, Chris? I do like my friends, but no. I've been drawing a little bit. It's mostly been like doodling and just like looking around the room and just drawing shapes. Like I don't know if
I've done that. It's good.
Yeah,
it's the reason why I keep drawing my version of Kilroy occasionally.
Yeah,
it's just that quick little cartoonish doodle.
Yeah, I mean, I have like those quick little doodles I make, and I'm also just like, you know what? I kind of want to like see if I can like get back or even get past where I was in the past, because I don't know if I've talked about it in the podcast. I mean, I was an art student.
You have some absolutely beautiful pieces.
I contest that, but that's me. That's like
look, man. One of my mom's favorite pieces. She does not read what I actually posted on there. Because there is a piece that is very much leftist leaning and anti-capitalist that she has in her hallway, and it's one of her favorite pieces. And it has nothing but 5 Iron Frenzy lyrics written on the side of it. Who's behind the curtain anyway? Who pulls the levers and tells the lies? Yeah, I literally made a little doodle of art mannequins walking one way and a picture of me in the middle, staring directly back at the viewer. And both the posters on both sides of the hallway are 100% 5 Iron Frenzy, anti-capitalistic, anti-imperialism lyrics.
Yeah, your mom doesn't like pick up on a lot of stuff.
No.
But no, like I just
like she still thinks the hummingbirds you made back when you were like in 8th grade is one of the most beautiful things she's ever seen.
To be fair, my mom has that now. It was in my grandmother's house, and now it's in my mom's house.
It is gorgeous.
It like I would say it's one of my top things, and I made it when I was like 12.
Yeah, it's a pointillism too. Like you did all the the doodly dots.
And anyone that knows what pointillism is, it's just like you just make dots. And I just did dots. It's probably one of my favorite things. Like actually inking is one of my favorite things. One of my least favorite things is charcoal. Just because it's like a tactile thing. I don't like how it sounds.
I get that. It's kind of like, I don't like dry pastels, but I absolutely love oil pastels. And then
oil pastels.
And then hitting them with turpentine to blend them.
Yeah. I like.
Also getting slightly high off of turpentine in your fucking junior high art class.
One of my favorite things is also just like regular pencils. Like when I say pencils, I don't mean like a mechanical pencil.
You're talking about the HBs.
Yeah, HB, B1, B2, B3, or H3, H2, H1.
H's are the lighters, B's are the darker, right?
And then you get into like using either it's not gel, it's putty, are using like the paper pencil to blend, all those things.
Now, I will say this,
really
as
fun.
much as I don't like dry pastels, I won't lie, I love to take white chalk on a black background.
Yeah. Okay. Outside of what I was just talking
that's slightly
about.
cathartic to do the negative.
Yeah. You actually reminded me something I did in college, which was one of my favorite things when it came to figure drawing. Now, this is how we did figure drawing when my short time in college. You know, you have a model that is mostly nude. You sit there. I like that. So
I need an orange slice in that. This is beautiful.
But model that is mostly nude. They're sitting there in a certain pose, and you're just sitting there drawing. But a lot of the times, there's either like these drills where you're just like going through different figures, and you're kind of capturing the gesture, aka gesture drawing, or like one of the things I really love doing is taking like dark paper and using white graphite or something like that, where you're just drawing on a black piece of paper. You're using that instead of like doing the shadows and going up and using the paper. You're using the paper to create the shadows, and you're also just using like these different things like burnt umber and all these other like brown and neutral colors to create. Am I just being a nerd right now?
Yeah, keep going though.
I just creating these pieces where it just pops in a different way that I really enjoyed. And I know I'm probably forgetting a lot of the terminology and a lot of the stuff because I haven't been to school in like what? I think I was like 28 last time I was in school.
About 10 years, yeah.
But that was some of my favorite stuff. Just doing that.
You want to know one of my favorite things that I did in high school art, and then I was told we were not going to get to do it because of budget cuts in college art?
What's that?
Linoleum prints.
Oh, the linoleum prints are always fun.
So, like, for anybody that's listening, it wasn't like linoleum like the floor. It was about a 1/4-inch rubber sheet.
Yeah.
And you'd carve into it, ink it, and then stamp it. And I think one of the things I think that might be fun for us if we were ever to do merch is for us to do carvings like that, like block print small cards.
Yeah, no, I love
and I don't.
like
if nobody bought a single one, I think you and I would just love like sitting down, carving either a small chunk of wood or carving a piece of rubber.
Yeah, and just stamping
and stamping. I think we'd have a fucking blast with that. I mean, knowing you'd make Mothman's ass, but you know.
It'd be one of the things.
Now,
but
here's the thing, though. On that note, with like modeling, when the one art class I had to take because originally I had a business degree, and then when I switched to history, they didn't. I already gotten my art out of the way. It wasn't like I could have taken more arts unless I just wanted to, and I had like 2 modeling like things, but both times we had to do model studies. It was like a super old dude that was nude, and I really didn't enjoy looking at a wrinkly, saggy butt or any other piece of anatomy. And there's one where like I was at full frontal splay. I'm like, I'm about to have to draw a wrinkly old scrotum that's pulling up because it's cold.
Well, look, I never had, like, all the models I had in my figure drawing classes were ladies.
And I'm not saying this like to degrade anybody. It's just like when you're a 19-year-old dude and you're told you're about to have a nude model and you're a douchey 19-year-old dude, you're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's just,
like, honestly, my first reaction, I was much older when I started doing figure drawing because I went to college later.
Yeah.
I think I went to college at 24.
Yeah.
I was very scared because, like, I didn't want to, like, when you first start doing figure drawing, for me at least, I didn't want to be staring at somebody in a very weird way.
Like,
yeah, and it didn't matter the gender for me. It was just like, I don't want to just be staring at someone in a very uncomfortable way. and you kind of like the first lady that we had, very beautiful lady. I'm just gonna say that now, and I was just like, I don't want to be weird. But then it kind of like you start drawing, and then it just you stop seeing, and
eventually you're not like, this is a cute lady that has no clothes on in front of me, or this is a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, with their balls out.
With their balls out.
Like, and you just start seeing contours, shadows, highlights.
My thing is both times when I was in that, it was older men that posed in a manner that if I had been in a slightly different angle, it would not have been as weird for me.
As long as they weren't doing like a goatsy thing, I mean.
No, man. Like, one of them was cupping their own anatomy because they were told, take a pose that is hard for the geometry of a drawer. So apparently they cock their elbow, lift and separate.
Okay, I could actually see that. Yeah. It actually makes sense.
From the art standpoint, yes. As me having to look directly at the bag, the grundle underneath.
I mean, it was
weird,
thing.
But the thing is also, I did take this art class in the fall, and like I said, it was extremely cold for an old man to be posing in front of us.
Well, here's the thing.
Dude, I have set you up for 2 transitions at this point.
I'm just going to keep letting you talk about old man balls.
Dude, here's the thing. It's like, whatever. Like, now me as a 41-year-old man, when I'm like, well, this is what I'm about. This is about to be what I sketch. But me as a 19-year-old I'm looking at, hey, can I shift with you? Because if I can get over just a little bit, I don't have to see himself thumbing the end.
Okay. So, Grandfather Frost, also known as Dead Moroz.
That's a badass name.
DEDMOROZ, or Mrozko. This is okay, first off, I want to get into, what have we talked about? We talked about trees.
We've talked about trees.
Talked about elves or dwarves.
Yep.
What else have we talked about?
We talked about all of the Yule lads and how they lick all your shit.
Yeah. So why don't we get into, like...
Are we talking about the cold itself?
We can talk about the cult itself, but this could also maybe be Santa. But maybe not.
There is so much shit that could be Santa, man.
Yeah, okay, so... You know what? Let's get through the episode and we'll see what you think. So, all right. Grandfather Frost is a Slavic folkloric spirit turned holiday figure that has evolved over the decades. In the pre-Christian era, the spirit was a Slavic personification of winter, a dangerous spirit that was not to be trifled with. But his image softened in the 1800s, eventually becoming a more jolly character.
Hold on, right there. We talking like Old Testament, New Testament type change here? Like before the 1800s, very harsh, will kill you. You die if you don't make the right offering. 1800s hit. Fuck, man, kids ain't ready for this shit.
I mean, if the New Testament is like the start of the Soviet Union, then...
Now, look, I get that. I'm just saying, it's like you get the whole thing, like you get my analogy here, like Old Testament God. You die if you stare at something the wrong way. New Testament God had a kid and he vibed.
Without giving too much away, I don't think it's perfectly analogous because this character started in the typical Slavic folklore spirit.
So
and then morphed into a darker thing.
Oh.
And then turned into what it's known for.
Then he was born again, and it was all good.
No.
So what I'm saying is it more of maybe like the Yule Cat and Grilla, like we talked about previously, like originally really fucked up, but eventually became more of like or like how the Yule Goat used to be the black goat.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you make that determination as we go along because I think it'll be better to hear. So, this figure, especially in modern times, bears a striking resemblance to St. Nicholas. He's got a long beard, white hair, fur coat and hat. Though the main difference comes down to smaller details, such as sometimes the red fur coat is blue, white, or brown. His dress is more ostentatious. He has filigree and like linings, and
I kind of like the idea of a blue coat, but that's also
really
that might be me
right.
on my end. I look better in blue.
Yeah, and it doesn't always seem to be picked. He's not always like a larger fellow.
Okay,
he's not
is it like early depictions of Santa where he was svelte? He was kind of thinner.
Yeah, kind of like that. But there's also some that made him look like Radagast the Brown or things like that. But
very much like all the other shit Santa went through.
Yeah, modern interpretations often have him with a very ostentatious outfit. Which I really like, but also like
You like the Rococo Santa?
Well, it's not more Rococo. It's just like Russian, just ostentatious. If you know what I mean.
Okay, you're talking about pre-Soviet Romanov style?
Yes, just
like this shit.
Filigree, just like different details.
The
just
bottom
everywhere.
of the coat has like faux stained glass window looking embroidery over the red and gold thread.
Yeah, just some crazy shit. And again, like even modern interpretations don't have him as like a big fellow or a small fellow. It's just he's just kind of a fellow.
He's just a dude.
He just has a big white beard, some white hair, and he has the hat. Sometimes it's like the Soviet style or the Russian style.
You're talking about the box hat.
Yeah,
or kind of like the Kyle Broflovsky over the earmuffs.
Yeah, he doesn't have like the pointed hat that's like flopped over like Santa does. Sometimes it's like white or brown. He often has a staff or a cane, though.
Little children, do you wish to have gift from Papa Winter? I give you peppermint candy.
No, he's not. I like honestly, everything I've read, he would be more peppy. Like at least the.
Hey there, little boy. Do you wish for a gift from Papa Winter? Why do they always run from me?
Here, I got some vodka for you. Come here, little child, and have the vodka.
Hold on, Father Winter, I am his papa. I will take the vodka for the baby.
Here you go. Enjoy the vodka.
We all love Papa Winter.
We love Papa Winter.
Okay, hold on, Chris. We're making jokes. If Santa came down the chimney and literally handed you a bottle of Jack Daniels and said, "Kill it, my kid," I think we would all be pretty good with Santa.
I would be like, sure, Santa. But anyway, the early origin.
You're like, sure, Santa.
Sure,
Santa's
man.
like, hold on, bitch. We both gonna share this bottle. Come on, let's pop that cork.
It's like, Santa, you're like 500 years old. Yeah, I think you're getting old for this. It's like, shut the fuck
I'm
up.
an ageless elf. I met Tom Bombadil.
I have been in Middle Earth, motherfucker.
I've been in Middle Earth, and I handed weapons to children with C.S. Lewis. Do you think I don't fucking get down, my dude?
The early origins of Grandfather Frost lie in Mrotzko, a Slavic winter soldier. God damn it.
Bucky is Santa?
Bucky is Santa.
Hold on. How many women want Mommy was caught catching? It looked
He
like
is a
fucking Bucky.
Slavic winter wizard who is said by some to be born of Mara, the ruler of seasons, and Velis, the god of death, though many see him as simply the personification of Frost.
Hold up. So he is holidays and doom as a deity and or demigod, depending on the mythology.
Well, he is an elemental spirit. So he is up there with Leshies in terms of like...
I am down with Santa being both death and holidays.
Yeah, like... Okay, we're going to get into it, but you don't want to fuck with him like if he's Mrotzko or Dead's Moros.
My dude, I don't fuck with Santa.
But, like many Slavic spirits, his temperament towards any giving person was relied on the respect you gave him. If you gave offerings, were respectful or humble, he would show that in kind. So he was very transactional. Like if you encountered Morozko, he would be like, "How you doing?" And if you're like, "You're a bitch," not a good idea.
You thought?
Yeah. If you gave offering, yeah. Well, if you pissed him off, he is one of the most powerful spirits in Slavic folklore. I have folkloric spot. I don't know why I said that. He's not some house spirit. This isn't the Domovoy. This isn't like
this isn't a Tomti or a Tomtin.
Yeah.
Or what we absolutely love, the house right.
Yeah. This is a full-blown elemental spirit who would freeze your crops, kill your livestock, freeze entire rivers so you couldn't fish, or just simply kill you by freezing you to death.
Hold up. One, he could straight up smote you.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deed. Fucks with your fishing out of pettiness.
Yeah. No, he's like, fuck you.
Hold up, Chris. Like, seriously. Like, we're like, okay, the first one, like, he will kill you personally. That sounds like a deity. I can deal with that. He kills your livestock. We're hitting the Book of Job and some other fucking, like, Hercules shit. Freezes your crops. Dick move. I froze the river so you can't fish, bitch. I'm like, that is the pettiest. You know what? I'm going to buy an auger. Oh my God, ice fishermen do this in spite of him. It is an act of fucking godly defiance.
Look, there is some. I saw some things. I didn't go too far into it to see if he was like a god, but like in terms of like Slavic pagan lore,
well, I mean,
he would be a greater spirit. He would
he's a little G guy, kind of like nymphs and water and like river gods, but
he's certainly up there beyond like your typical house spirits.
Well, I mean,
like
if he controls winter, like even if, like let's say he's a Persephone, like Persephone's a goddess.
Yeah,
you don't really take Persephone as something that you gotta take her seriously because like she's the goddess of spring. If she decides not to show the fuck up, winter just rolls, motherfucker. Like if she decides that she needs another 2 weeks with her husband, and that could ruin your whole situation. Like cold spirits are so much meaner, not even by their own nature. Okay, by their nature, yes, they're meaner, but like they could not intend to do anything to you, but just like if they exist and the barley dies, you know what I mean? Or the pigs give birth to piglets, but so cold, all the piglets freeze.
Here's the thing. Like, he was said to be so powerful that he froze entire armies. So there were probably points where people were marching east.
Okay, so this is old dude that is Father Winter that defeated the Nazis and Napoleon.
Yeah, so there are people marching east into like Belarus, into Russia, even into Ukraine and all those places. And you have Father Frost, Morozkov. Like, no, you're not doing that.
Jack their shit.
Like, this is probably, like, as much as the Slavic lore I've read, probably one of the most powerful ones.
This is one you don't want to, like, okay, so let's bring this up. Like a lot of Americans, especially because it's poignant right now, don't realize how big Ukraine is.
Yeah.
Ukraine is bigger than the state of Texas.
And we're going to get into Ukraine a little bit.
And Texas is the size of France. Like, the only reason I bring this up is because I'm moving. I just finished World War I in my classes, and one of the kids asked me, well, how big was Germany after the end of the war? And I said, Germany is not quite 4 times bigger than Louisiana. I went, what? And I said, Louisiana is like not quite a third, but definitely bigger than a fourth of Germany at the end of World War I. Now, we were about a fourth of the territory pre-World War I of Germany. So I want you to understand, Louisiana is not a big state. We're kind of a middle, moderate state, especially like if you take in the not the geography of west of the Mississippi. Like us in Arkansas kind of are the outliers for west of the Mississippi. But to understand exactly how big Ukraine is, like, oh, they invaded Ukraine. You realize that's bigger than Texas, right?
Yeah.
Like this is it's not
It's not a small country.
It's one of the biggest countries in Europe, and if whatever bullshit peace treaty is accepted, it's still going to be one of the biggest countries in Europe after losing what is equivalent to our entire West Coast. So the only reason I say that is marching in, like most people are like, oh yeah, France, Germany, Italy, Switzerland. You do not realize how big the rest of Europe is past those
especially
motherfuckers.
Eastern Europe.
When you get into Eastern Europe, like you, bro.
And it's also brutal territory. It's not
friendly. It's mountainous. It's frozen. Like, okay, so once you get past, to bring up, Father Winter being used as a weapon during World War II, the Battle of Stalingrad, where they fought until Stalingrad didn't exist anymore because Stalin was not going to give up the city named after him. And it was in, I believe it was in a portion of Ukraine, or what is today Ukraine. Gasoline froze, oil froze,
yeah.
Nazi German soldiers froze to death because they had a German or a French or a Swiss winter's clothing or a Polish winter's clothing.
And then you have the Angel of Death just picking them off.
And then you have Father Winter rolling and go, yeah, you have Cabela and you have Carhartt. Do you know what I do? I make Zangief's nipples hard. And he is a furry man. And so he goes, what the fuck is a street? And then they just freeze to death as he goes by. Because, the Russians just, during World War II, during even parts of World War I, the Russians are just going.
Yeah,
they're drinking and backing up going, oh no. Hey, guess what?
You're dead.
It's October 2nd.
Well, that's the thing. It's the joke of I think it was Eddie Izzard that made the joke. It's like the biggest mistake everyone makes is trying to invade Russia, and
you want to know the only people who successfully did that? The goddamn Mongols, and that's because even Winter was like, these motherfuckers are crazy.
Anyway, getting back into what we were talking about.
I'm sorry, Chris.
It's fine. No, part of the reason why I like this because I get to activate the history bug in your head. But during Christianization, Morozko, or the Grandfather Frost, would become, of course, a demon. So the church
did he sweep your floors and clean your butter bins just like the Tom T?
No, he would become a petty and quick to anger demon, a creature that would use his power to harm villages and innocent people. It was even said to kidnap children. Though later in the 1800s, his image would soften a bit in fairy tales and books of the era.
God damn it, Christianity!
So
okay. Well, hold on. If there's ever something to be demonized, Chris, as Southerners, winter's
a pretty fucking
winter's up there. Like there's several things that that when the Christianization of Europe happened, and they made Odin and Thor fucking.
To be clear, this is the 1600s, or I don't know if it's I think it's more like the 1700s. When Christianization is happening in the Slavic countries. Slavic countries have winter unlike any other place in Europe.
Okay, look, we complain about getting. Okay, remember last year we got to 17 degrees.
That was a lot.
And our whole city shut down. I swore we were going to get a cannibal story out of our city. And then you all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's happening in Montreal up where all the Quebecois? It's cold.
It's cold.
It is 25 below zero. Fahrenheit? Celsius. And we're all like, motherfucker. I don't know how to translate. And then we go to Europe. Hey, Europe, how you doing? It's fucking cold. And then we get to Russia. I have drank all the vodka.
I gotta go to the store.
I have burned the other bottle of vodka. I have to put on now sleeveless shirt to go outside to go get more.
It is absolute zero. That is as zero as
I am at 0 Kelvin. and I'm going to just walk to the store with my piping hot cup of vodka. Like, I know we're
Go
being
get the blood vodka.
I know we're being fucking stereotypical here, but no, like here's the thing, like, as a geography teacher, whenever I teach them about fucking Russia and it's 14 goddamn time zones and that Siberia is bigger than the United States and spends 9 months of the year covered in snow, to a Irkutsk, which I think I pronounced that right, Irkutsk,
The time when it's not covered in snow.
is over here going, my eyelashes have frozen. I now must go get biscuits. And I'm like, nobody needs biscuits that bad, my dude. But the only reason I'm saying this is like how cold Russia actually. So should we do a geography thing here?
We should one day do a geography thing. But
Okay,
we need
it's that one day. Here's the thing. Russia's the largest country in the world, 14 time zones. It takes up the majority of the northern portion of Asia. A solid chunk of it is above the Arctic Circle. And the thing about dirt versus water, while water can be cold and hot, it heats up and cools down extremely fast. That's what water does. Land, like if you were to take a bucket of dirt, like a 1 gallon bucket of dirt versus a 1 gallon bucket of water, the water's going to heat up way faster. However, once you heat that dirt up, it's going to take forever to cool back down, and vice versa. So the reason that Russia is so cold is that it extends across the entirety of the Eurasian landmass, a lot of it above the Arctic Circle, which means it never warms up fully. Which means Father Winter, elemental spirit, like you're saying, Father Winter is a literal climate and geographic force that exists.
Yeah. See, this is why I like having Hewitt like talk about certain things. It's because he'll just like pull out some things that like to justify why Grandfather Frost exists.
I literally have way too much shit stored in the data banks of my brain.
Yeah. So, do you want to hear a fairy tale?
I'm always for that.
Yeah. So, do you know the story of Father Frost?
Hold on. Emily sent me a text. Emily sent me a text. Did he just say Velas is Santa? Is Santa Slavic Hades? I just sent her yes.
Okay, well, do you know the story of Father Frost?
I know what I believe is the story of Father Frost. However,
this is a fairy tale from 1855 or 1863 or somewhere between that. We don't know. You know, it's one of those things. It's like this was written sometime. This tells the story of a girl who
that cried a whole river and drowned the whole world.
I can't say that.
But she looked so lovely in photographs, especially when she smiled.
Her dad married a new woman.
Oh.
And the woman hated her and loved her daughter.
Cinderella.
But the mom convinced the dad or coerced the dad into leaving his daughter, the girl we're talking about, in the winter in the wintry forest to die.
Gotta pause. As a father personally.
Yeah. Bad move. Yeah.
No.
Shit move.
There is no punani that is good enough.
There's no dick good enough for that matter.
To forsake my child. Like, you know what? Yeah, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and say there is no dick good enough to make me forsake. David Tennant could come in here with no pants on. I would not forsake my children for going into the TARDIS.
Wolverine can't come in here with his cheeks.
Hold up. You know
what?
Wait
a minute, Hugh Jackman.
Hold on. My wife would leave me over Hugh Jackman. I would not leave her.
30s Hugh Jackman, 40s Hugh Jackman, 50s Hugh Jackman. Though?
There is also Huge Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
Okay,
so
but no. Here's the thing: is like here's the thing, like I've heard these fairy stories all the time. It's like, and then he married a new woman and he abandoned his child. And I'm like, that's not real. And then I look at the world we live in.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
And I'm like, man, the vice president gonna forsake both his kids.
God damn it. Fuck. Let's get back on. Okay, so he was coerced to leave his daughter in the woods to die, but instead she encountered Father Frost. Being polite to Father Frost, the girl was adorned with fine clothes and jewels and shown safe passage out of the winter forest. The stepmother, greedy and envious, finding the girl alive, is in rage and orders the husband to take her own daughter, her blood daughter, out into the woods to do the same. However, because her daughter was rude and disrespectful to the Father Frost, he left her to die in the cold.
Here's my deal. Yeah, maybe the kid was rude, but it seems like she had a shite raising. That's a little unfair to the child, but I get the fairy story. Fairy story. I mean,
the thing is, this was written in the 1800s, where it's like, obviously the child is just as bad as the dog, or as
the mother, and so she dies, so the mother suffers. Which, here's my thing, is like, hey, don't be a shite person.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, obviously that's the thing, but this shows a turning point to where the Christianization of Father Frost
very much
goes back into this. He went from, like,
he's a demon.
Well, the thing is, it's like, pre-Christian, he was like, I'm just kind of a transactional spirit. Don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you.
You know what? I can get behind that type of God so much easier than a lot of versions that exist today.
Yeah,
like, hey, and then, don't fucking shit in my cornflakes and we're solid. And I'm like, cool.
And the Christian version is like, I'm gonna steal your children and I'm gonna freeze your legs because I'm petty as fuck. And this kind of goes back to the pre-Christian.
I'm gonna get them toes.
I'm gonna get I got frostbite. But
I love how you and I are both going to bring the creepy energy on that one.
I use frostbite to get the toes.
However, the fairy tale version. Hey, girl, your dad left you out in the woods. This super sucks. Like, hey, yeah, Grandfather Winter, I'm super sorry about an inconvenience. Like, you do you, Grandpa Winter.
I'm just going to sit here.
I'm going to sit here. Hey, you know what? I got cornbread in my pocket. You want some cornbread?
She's like, okay, I'll take some cornbread.
Here's the thing is like, Chris, all fairy stories. If someone offered fucking cornbread, how many fae/deities would be like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and then all of a sudden the next one, bitch, give me warm. And he's like, girl, you ain't even got pocket cornbread.
It's like, you can, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away and let
you know what? I'm not gonna intentionally do anything to you, but I'm not gonna intentionally do anything for you.
Okay, so I am paraphrasing a little bit. I didn't pull from like the actual book. I had to go from.
I don't know. I feel like we need to buy some of these books though, because I feel like they'd be fun reads.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing with like Brothers Grimm or any sort of like old school fairy tales. It's always fun to read. I wouldn't read them for kids now.
Oh, I totally would do it to my kids.
Oh, because you're a dad. So
because I'm also a dick. So,
but
and that's why you never leave the milk outside the fridge.
So. This does kind of reestablish him as like a stern but fair, more moral figure that kind of helps people.
I can deal. Yeah. I can deal with Father Winter at this point, man. Like, yeah. I'm. You know what? I'm going to say this. There is not something you have said tonight that I could not deal with Father Winter over.
Now, so we get into the 1900s, and he will undergo another bit of transformation. This time from fairy tale character to a secular idea of Santa Claus. Kind of, maybe.
Are we talking really about Soviet Santa?
I mean, I wouldn't like.
We're not talking about John Hammond Miracle on 34th Street Santa. We're talking about more like 52 rubles in Moscow Santa.
Now I feel like you're gonna correct me on some things, but I tried to do
you want to know where my comfortable history cutoff is?
where
FDR dying.
okay. Well,
let me rephrase that. The atomic bomb.
Okay, so I tried to condense everything in a good way, but I might have gotten some things wrong. So during the Soviet era, the Union, the Soviet Union suppressed religion.
Yes, the Union. You know, the boys in red.
The Union boys, they didn't like that Christianity, so they beat it out of people.
They used the hammer and the sickle to go down south and just make West Virginia act right.
They made West Virginia act right, and they're like, get that Jesus out of here. We don't need that Jesus here, boy. Get that out of here.
We have
also stop having slavery, you motherfucker.
Okay, we lost it and then we saved it. We lost it and then we saved it.
Okay, during the Soviet Union,
God damn it, Robert E. Lee, you give up them slaves.
Give up them slaves.
Understand the proletariat, Robert.
Have you ever read the Labor Theory of Value?
Robert. Slavery.
Why did we make... Where the fuck did, the communist union come from?
Robert, slavery is pissing me off.
Slavery is pissing me off, and also we got to think about the proletariat, and we got to overthrow the bourgeoisie.
South Carolina is gone. Robert. The third Alabama is gone.
What the fuck is this podcast anymore?
Robert.
Robert.
Stonewall's dead. His horses went to Arizona. Robert.
The Soviet Union.
Sorry, Chris. Robert, did you know D-Day happened in December? It didn't. It fucking didn't.
Okay. So the Soviet Union suppressed religious practices of all sorts, which meant that our boy, Ded Moroz, or Morozko, our grandfather, Stalin, was on the chopping block because he was very strongly associated with Christian tradition at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is a history that I'm condensing here once again. But up until World War II, there was a lot of suppression of religion.
I'm not trying, Chris. I'm sorry.
I'm just hearing in the back of my head, Robert.
They're suppressing their religion.
World War II, Robert.
Hitler showed up.
Hitler's a bad man, Robert.
He's going for Stalingrad.
Robert.
Fuck him up.
So in 1935, around the time that Soviet Union would stop. It didn't stop, but it would ease up on some.
And it won't stop.
It did not. It eased up on some of the suppression of religious practice, but it didn't stop entirely.
Okay, what were you talking about?
We're talking about 1935.
I can go ahead and tell you why.
World War II?
We're moving to World War II. Also, Stalin realized telling everybody you can't believe in the God you believed in before. Believe in the me that believes in you, not in the God you believed before. Row, fight the power. Doesn't work when you are the row power.
Yeah.
So Stalin goes, hey, all of you that were hiding Bibles, low key, I'm not checking. Go ahead and bust him back out of the hidden drawer.
I'm going to see if he noticed this name, Pavel Pastashev. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
Familiar.
He proposed a New Year's celebration, secular, obviously, Not religious. It's not religious at all. Don't.
Hey, man, I'm going to say this. Father Winter is not fucking religious.
That could be for children who requested certain things with the secular. I wrote the Soviet secular seal of approval in 1935. The New Year tree.
Are you talking about the secular Soviet seal of approval, the SSA?
I mean, it could have been ass, but
Robert.
It was the New Year tree. Dead Moroz would be making his the grandfather Frost would be making his informal appearance in 1936 and 7, and then an institutional figure in 1940. Robert, stop sucking the head, Robert. Oh, he needs... Oh, God, he's... Okay. As an aside, I'm just going to say this now. I'm not trying to paint Postashov as a good figure, because he was a key figure in the Holodomor.
Oh, fuck.
Not good, very bad. And there's a bit
we had a not good, very bad Christmas. Thank you, Chris.
All I'm saying is that, like, he was the guy that helped get Grandfather Frost back into the mainstream.
How many people did he kill?
A lot. I think it's in the millions. Or the thousands, at least. I don't remember the Holodomors.
Here's the problem. When you start talking about the Soviet Union and deaths, numbers don't matter anymore, because entire states in the United States start disappearing.
Okay.
Fucking hell, that dude.
Yeah.
That dude tried to revitalize. Is this... Okay, I'm a terrible person that killed thousands to hundreds of thousands of humans and then deleted their records. Hey, who wants a frosty gift from Grandpa Winter?
I don't think Pavel was that person. I'm not sure. I didn't look too much into it. I just, like, literally, I saw this.
Okay,
and I was like,
what seat did he hold in Putin, or not Putin, but Stalin's cabinet?
I'm not sure. It's a high one.
Okay,
like,
I'm not trying to call you out on this. Like,
yeah, okay. I'm going to be completely honest here. I skimmed his Wikipedia page, and then I saw Holodomor and read a little bit about that. It was
that's a whole lot of fuck. I'm gonna throw this out here. Anybody that was in Stalin's cabinet
is a war criminal.
Is a shat human, and that includes Steve Buscemi playing. God, who did he fucking play? Okay, if anybody out there listening to this later has not seen the Netflix movie Death of Stalin, watch it, because no one tries to have a Russian accent. And Steve Buscemi, I believe he plays. Oh God, what was his name? No. It's the guy who slammed his shoe down on the podium in the UN. Began with a C.
Cherkov?
I think so. However,
you're getting into the weeds a bit. But...
Okay, but here's the thing: is the dude who immediately succeeded Stalin is played by.
Okay, the guy with the birthmark.
No. That's years later. So, Death of Stalin is a dark comedy set in the immediate aftermath of Stalin dying.
Because he had basically had a charcuterie board that may or may not have been poisoned,
and also he had excessive liver failure.
Yeah,
because he was a wee lad that consumed copious amounts of fucking alcohol.
One of the things I did note is the way that they would take like religious holidays and secularize them. Kind of reminded me of like
how we do it,
like how Christianity like spread through Europe when it was like, those pagans, they're doing that thing, we're gonna do that thing, but we're gonna say it's Jesus.
Hey, you brought this tree into you got this tree that you're burning in the yard. Hey, bring slightly less of it into your house and light some candles, keep an eye on it. And the reason is
Jesus.
Yeah.
Give
a gift to your neighbor.
Obviously, it's a different thing. Like, the Soviet Union wanted a different thing out of what they were doing, but it's
same tactic.
Same tactic.
How
So
do you make
now-
how do you make someone love Jesus or Lennon
Lennon.
or Robert?
Robert. So
Gran is smoking a cigar naked, staring at you, jacking it, Robert.
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 Okay, so we now have our grandfather Frost, who represents happiness, youth, collective childhood, modernity, gift giving, and definitely not Christianity or any other religion.
Robert, he's not Christian.
He's not. This is a purely secular person.
Robert.
Purely secular, Robert.
Robert, Christians don't spin their weens that way, Robert.
Okay, so you would expect like Grandfather Frost to kind of act like Santa, right? He kind of has a Santa vibe about him.
You know what? No. I don't expect him to act like Santa. I expect him to have his own jacked up winter sense of justice.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, he does have a sleigh. It's called a troika with 3 horses.
Oh, he has horses. I thought you were going to tell me goats.
But he doesn't fly. He has a place in Russia that is his place.
So he has.
And I didn't record it because I'm an idiot.
Because he has a home base.
He has a home base.
You know
what?
You're not an idiot. You're keeping his secrecy.
I'm keeping his secrecy. I don't want to dox Grandfather Frost.
Grandfather Frost does not 100% does not live in Donsk.
Labas. He does not live there. But he doesn't fly around and drop gifts in places. He's not magical. He's more of a community guy. He's festive. He likes to go out and places.
Does he show up at your party and hand you a gift?
Well, he goes to the party. He's like, "Hey, how you doing? Everything is good. Soviet Union's great, my man, right? Oh, yeah." And then, their parents hand him a gift, and then he hands them the gift.
And then all of a sudden,
It was cold and vodka.
Hey, hold on, man. If you're in Soviet Russia and a bitch gave you a box full of coal, that's a solid gift to keep your ass warm.
That's true. That's actually that word.
Because a box full of coal in Soviet Russia would have been a goddamn buffet of a gift.
So they didn't make him necessarily like a magical figure. He's more of a festive. I come here and I'm a representative of the people.
And as long as you did good, I give you something.
Yeah, and he's
rules of hospitality.
Yeah, and he's more like, I'm here to represent collective joy, having fun while you're a child, and obviously some of that is intertwined with the Soviet Russian sort of propaganda, but everything during that time, if you look at the 40s, 50s, and 60s in America, there's a lot of fucking propaganda as well. But
the shit you say,
yeah, so it kind of got mixed in with that, but a lot of the Grandfather Frost lore bled through from the pre-Christian origins. Depending on now that the Soviet Union is split up, doesn't exist anymore. There is this Grandfather Frost in the Slavic countries that were part of Soviet Russia. But they're kind of
have they spiced him differently?
They spiced him differently, and specifically in Ukraine after 2014 and 2022, he's kind of a politically charged figure.
Explain.
Well, I mean, he has Russian connotations. He's associated with Russia. And considering that Ukraine is being invaded by Russia,
they call him a dick.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to do this anymore. Unless you're certain people in the Donbass, I guess, but I'm not going to
It's not the majority.
Yeah, it's definitely not the majority. But yeah, regardless, he is an interesting figure, and while some people look upon his visage and might see him or try and compare him to Saint Nicholas and Santa Claus, he certainly has his own origins. He has his own personality. And that's one thing I really like about like learning about different cultures and origins is that you can see something that looks very similar to something else and be like, oh, that it's actually not that similar at all.
No, and that's one of the things I've run into. And Future Chris is probably going to bleep the sentence that I'm about to say. It's kind of like when you compare Santa to Odin.
Right.
Or Saint Nicholas to any of the other Yuletide spirits. Like I mentioned with the Tomty that they were pulled by goats. Or they were pulled by a pig. I personally prefer the pull by a pig. Mostly because that also means I got ham and bacon bringing me my gifts. But, no, dude, this was really cool. Thank you for bringing this up. This was like as much as we have joked and probably extended this by a half hour because of
just being idiots.
Robert. I've loved this. Yeah, no, and this is great, dude. Like this is weird. I love when a Yuletide story scratches an itch. Like next year, because we don't have enough time for episodes this year. I'm going to do the Mary Lou.
Yeah, there's like a lot of
because the Mary Lou is like the most goth of all like Christmas stories.
Like when we think of like Christmas stories in the U.S., we think of jolly. We think of overly sentimental.
We think like I left my boyfriend that is a day trader in New York to marry the Christmas tree part-time farmers, part-time fireman, part-time police officer in Christmastown, Vermont Hallmark story. And that's bullshit.
I mean, it's a lot of Hallmark bullshit that you see, which is probably contributes to why this suicide rate is pretty high in
a lot of places. But my thing is, it's like I kind of like the darker, twisted Christmas.
Yeah,
because I can stand up and be like, I step outside at night. My kids are asleep. My wife is either watching TV or asleep with one of my children. I get out in the night just to like embrace the cold for a split second before I go to bed, because sometimes, I hate to say it this way, that little bit of oof feels good.
Yeah. And I'll say this.
But at the same time, I'm like, I ain't going to fuck with you for long. I'm going to go back in my house where there's heat.
Yeah, but I was going to say this in the context of like Yuletide and just any sort of Christmas story. Like, I think the thing that I really like about it is that it's not in the context of this overly jolly sort of synthetic, like, yeah, we're happy because we're happy. It's more about like, this is the most rough time of year for a lot of places. And the thing that brings us together is family, is community. And which is one of the things I really enjoy about listening to, like, you know, holiday and Christmas things outside of just like the usual, like, corporate, whatever, fucking Christmas bullshit. Anyway, before you get into whatever you're telling me, because he's giving me a face.
My wife sent me text messages and they're hateful.
Don't just put that down, you motherfucker. Deb Morose, Novi God, Morutsko, Father Frost, Wikipedia as some of my sources. How Soviets came to celebrate New Year's like Christmas and why Russians still do, foreign policy. How Soviet banished their version of Santa Claus and brought him back to spread communist cheer. Time. History of New York, of the New Year tree by Taz. And so this Christmas, Russia Beyond article. Deb Morose, a story of Soviet Santa Christmas, ZME Science Popular History article. Thank you for listening. This is Backwoods Obscura, Robert. We also do things on our channel on... I fucked it up. God damn it. We release every Tuesday, and
we're also Team Bonus Action, a group of friends who like to play tabletop games and video games or whatever the fuck else we want to do on the internet. And We are also partnered at the time of this recording with Extra Life with Mississippi's Children's Hospital in Jackson. If you could please donate to us to help us reach our goal of $1,500, would be greatly appreciative. And I can't compete with Aragorn.
I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Robert.
Robert.